Hi, everybody. My name is Jake Milstein. Joined here today by Jeff and Remy, who we'll introduce in a second. What we're here to talk about today is how a global French luxury company redefined application security. Over the last couple of decades, application security has changed a lot and now is changing extremely fast. With the advent of everything in AI and many other changes in the industry.
So I'm Rémi Lavedrine. So I'm French. So sorry for the English if it's not that good. So I'm from a tech background. So I was a developer for a few years, and I moved into security and especially AppSec. And I made the switch, and I think it's natural because when you build software, at some point you have to secure this. It's better when you understand how it's built. And so it's been now 10 to 15 years I'm into the security of platforms and AppSec.
So, Remy, so first question for you here is, for many companies, AppSec really just happens as scanning in the pipeline, just scanning for developers. Why did your company make a change?
Well, I think that it goes beyond the company, and I think it goes to the industry. So if you reduce scanning and security for platforms and applications to the CI/CD, I think you're making this wrong, because it has to be embedded into how the software is built, how the software operates, and AppSec and scanning within the CI/CD is just one very small part of making security for platforms. So you have to think about this at the very beginning. There is something that I like to share when I'm explaining this, and when I came into the team. That's the way I explained this at the very beginning. It's just like when you build a house. When you build a house, you don't start heads on, you want to build this, and you start making your first wall. No, you think about the terrain, you think about the risks that can be with flood or with earthquake, and you're going to build a house based on that. If there is flood risks, then you're going to build a house to secure from this. And if there is earthquake, then you're going to build a house to secure from earthquakes.
And Remy, where does contrast help you in this?
So contrast is absolutely super efficient with the IAST. So when you're into your pre-production environment, you want to make sure that everything is working properly and at a very low cost, because you're just using the app and you know where the vulnerability is. So that's really, really relevant. Prior to the build to run, because you're testing your app in terms of behavior, features, and things. And so you have the security as well. So that's where it's relevant. You're testing SCA with contrast at every step. Absolutely relevant, as I said, because if you test this just once, 1 hour after your test, a vulnerability can be discovered and you're screwed. So you have to test every single day or week, or I don't know, but it has to be on a regular basis. And the other part of where contrast is relevant is on RASP/ADR. Where it is the most relevant for this part, I think, is especially when you have a system that you developed, you pushed into prod, and the development team, they're not there anymore because there is no new feature. It's not a rolling release platform. So if there is a bug in production, you have to hire someone. Okay, put it into that environment, application. It has to know what the code does and how it works, what's the behavior, how to push everything into to correct a bug and things like that, blah, 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 blah. It takes 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. So it's a very, very long time if you're under expectation. And so that's where RASP ADR is relevant, because it can buy you some time to do that, because you can virtual patch. But that's not this really. It's much more runtime WAF or something like that. But I think Jeff can explain this way better than me. But that's where it really brings values. So the IDR protects you on apps when there is no active development team, basically.